I'll guide you as someone that's been running a business for a little under 2 years now. Well, I may not be an expert yet, but I am a former beginner. So I can give you the exact help, tools, and knowledge that you need to cross this stage. So that sounds good, doesn't it? Let's start with the groundwork. Sales is persuasion at its very core. You're trying to convince someone with the merits of something, using data, knowledge, testimonials, to convince them to partake in it as well, be it a movie, a book, a TV show, whatever else. The only reason you talked about it is that because you liked it and you wanted them to do it as well. So congrats, you are a salesman. So how do you tie this into a business concept? Well, instead of a random book, place to hang out, or restaurant that you're endorsing something that you actively offer yourself, be it a product or a service, or an access to someplace. Sometimes it's a private online community like one of those finance ones that you see online, and sometimes they're more physical, like consider the recent Met Gala fiasco that happened. They paid 75k just to enter past a couple of doors. They didn't get a service or a product for it, just to be able to go inside. So what about yourself? Well, unless you have the keys to the Met Gala, you probably can't sell tickets to that. But you do have something that you can offer, and that is the thing that whatever you are thinking of offering or you already do. So how do we make it better? Well, when it comes to selling it better, you just need to have better evidence that it works well. Basically proof. Well, I'll talk about some of the forms that this proof can take, but in short, it just needs to convince someone of your product/service's merit, and you can display that if you have testimonials of people that it works, preferably ones that they already know or are familiar with. Video testimonials work best here in my experience, and the bigger the name, obviously, the better. If you have some case studies of the transformations of people before they used it and after they did, and you can just display that difference. Maybe you just have experts from that field that can vouch for your service/product. If you have content of it online that shows how it works and anybody can see it, maybe you can have some sort of way for them to get a mini experience of it, and that's what we generally call just a sample. Those are the things that I have found work best when you're not personalizing any of it. If you want to go that route, you can just do it by narrowing down whatever proof that you're showing to them. So if you're using testimonials, then testimonials from people that they personally know would work better. If you're giving them a sample, then a sample tailored to their own specific situation and needs would of course work better than just the general sample. Vouchers from experts that they like will work better than vouchers from experts they don't know anything about. If the content showing how it works is using an example or case scenario that is tailored to them, will work better than just a general random example. The more personalized you make your efforts, the better and higher your chances are at landing that person. You'll be way more efficient with the leads that you do have, but of course it requires a lot more effort and preparation, so it's a trade-off that you have to make. But since we're talking about the earlier starting stages, then I recommend that you personalize and put as much effort as possible as you can into the people that you reach out to, because you don't have much of the other stuff that can push you over into their acceptance of you. So let's say that you're a fresh business trying to sell their first customers. What do? Well, what I've been doing for the last 6 months to /year-ish is probably what I would recommend for you as well, because it is what is recommended in Alex Hormozzi's 100 Million Leads book, is to basically push out as much content as you can while doing as much cold outreach as you can. Personalizing your efforts, of course, with relevant testimonials, tailored samples, and good case studies that is as closely resembling to them and their situation as possible. Alright, so you have someone interested and they finally reached out to you. What do you do now? Well, I won't go into pricing because that isn't the scope of this video, but I'm already assuming that you have solid conviction in whatever service/product that you're offering. So assuming that, I'd say is to just focus as much as you possibly can on trying to be helpful and supportive when you're talking about the work. I'm not saying to be a pushover or work for dirt, but I am saying that you should try to find alternative solutions and packages so you can still try to help the person out. I have different prices based on the payment processor because some take more fees than others. Bulk orders cost usually less than one-time ones, things like that. If you just show your competence by just talking to them about what they need, what you recommend, and why, supplement it with a good show of effort, and you'll likely land them. Even if you don't have the greatest of portfolios or track record, what you do and what you try is all that matters, really. And since we're talking about what you do, we should probably help you step up your outreach game. And so for that, let's go to this video. But if you're more thinking about where to actually find leads, then I have this great video about it. So with that, if this video helped you, then subscribe so I can reach 1K, and bye.